Wanting to help people is natural and it is a Christian trait, but when is it wrong? That's what we're going to talk about today. Hi friends, this is Bethany Jennings, and you're listening to We Should Talk. It's a podcast where we talk about anything and everything to encourage, equip, and empower you to be a decent human. Let's talk. Before we dive right in, there's some stuff that some people want to tell you, so we'll be right back. So as previously stated, today we're going to be discussing helping others and if it's a good thing, when it's a bad thing, that kind of discussion. Because innately, humanity, for the most part, looks out for other humanity, unless it comes to self-preservation, and then we're like, forget the other humans, I gotta take care of me. But generally speaking, we want to help other humans, and Christ teaches us that in Scripture, The first commandment, love the Lord your God with all your heart, but also you should love your neighbor as yourself. A lot of times, we have a difficult time loving our neighbor because we don't love ourselves. If we're supposed to love our neighbor as we love ourselves and we don't have a lot of self-love going on, it's difficult to love our neighbor the way we should. But that might be a different episode. Today, we're going to talk about how to be the best Samaritan. So what you talking about? The best Samaritan. What is the Samaritan? We've heard the story of the good Samaritan, but not the best Samaritan. Let's talk about the good Samaritan briefly in case someone listening doesn't know. So in Scripture, there's a little story. It talks about this man got robbed and beat up while he was traveling and left for dead on the side of the road. And some people passed by, a couple of people, right, that you would assume would help someone in need based on their religious beliefs and social standing, but they didn't. They just kept on walking. Like, I can't do that. I'm going to get my hands dirty. I can't do that. I got stuff to do. I can't do that. So they didn't help him. Then along comes a Samaritan, and he helps the man to the next town, make sure that he's okay. And it was unexpected, right, in Scripture. It was unexpected because you would think the socially status people would help, or the religious man would have helped, but they didn't. Instead, it was the Samaritan. So that's the story, very briefly, the Cliff Notes version of the Good Samaritan. But I want you to notice here that the Good Samaritan didn't take this man who was robbed, the beaten and the abused man. He did not take him on the rest of the Samaritan's journey. He took him to the next town and got him help. It's okay to help people, and you should get them to a place that can offer them more help than what you yourself can provide. Because to my knowledge, the Good Samaritan was not a doctor. He was not a legal professional. He was not a lawman. It just says he was a traveler. He was traveling through. So he got him. He was there. He was the one on site. So he was the one that needed to help him. If you see someone in need, you need to be the one to help them. However, he did not continue to help him nonstop in ways that he was not qualified. The Good Samaritan saw the need, and he started helping the man in need. And he got him to a place where he could get the best help for his need. And then the Samaritan went on his journey. He didn't keep the abused man with him and keep trying to doctor his wounds himself. He didn't keep the abused man with him and start searching for the men that did him wrong. He didn't keep the abused man with him and start, calling for legal action. That's not what he did. The role he served in the wounded man's recovery was to get him the best help he could. And then the Samaritan goes on with his own life. So is it right to help people? Yep. It is scriptural that we should help people. When we see a need, we help people. That's what Christ did. When he saw people in need, he wanted to help them. But we, dear fellow human, are not Christ. We're not Christ. And so we can't offer the help that some people need all the time. You understand what I'm saying? The Good Samaritan did stop to help, but he only got him to the next town to get the help he needed because the Samaritan knew, I got to take care of myself, and there may be more people that need my help. I think a lot of times we get very, very caught up and invested in the one person we're helping, and we forget the other people that need our help and need our influence. And we allow the one person that we've helped and invested in to this point to completely drain us. And we have no resources left for anyone else that needs help, including our own family. It's difficult to let go of people that we've invested in. But there are new people full of potential and willing to keep trying to be better. More than once, I have been very invested in helping a person, but I exhausted all of my resources trying to help them, and I could no longer help them. I didn't have the capacity to help them emotionally. I didn't have the education to help them. I didn't have the physical ability to help them. I didn't have it. And so sometimes the best help you can give somebody is getting them to the best help for them. And you may not be it. You don't have to have all the answers. So is it okay to help people? Absolutely. Should we help people? Absolutely. But sometimes the best help you can get them is getting them the best help for them. Getting them to the best help for them. And to be the best Samaritan, you got to learn when to let go. And let that person take on or reject the help that you have gotten them to. You can't go around trying to heal everybody and take everybody's trauma and work them through mental health issues and go to the court system with everybody, and go through a divorce with them and you can't do that with every person. The best Samaritan knows how to get the wounded man to the next town and move on with his life so he can help more people. That's the best Samaritan. I hope that this short podcast episode has been informative and helpful, and I hope that it's something you can apply to your everyday life. We'll see you next time. Well, that was fun. I'm glad you stuck around for the whole thing. And thank you for talking to me today. Y'all go like and follow and review and do all the podcast things that people do. And don't forget to be a good human.